Welcome back to Underground. Still to come, the technicians give us another production tutorial. But now we're going to go around France on the Scumball Rally with Rhod and I reporter Astro Boy and his friend Dave Spice.
Underground.
This is the car we bought for the Scumball Rally. It's a 24-valve Carlton GSI 3000. The budget, we're not allowed to spend any more than 500 quid on the car, but that's okay because we got this for 200. It didn't have an MOT on it, but I took it to a garage which I'm friendly with, and it got through the MOT somehow.
We put a CB radio into it so that we can communicate with other rally drivers during the rally.
When we got the car running right, we had to get the car looking right, so we got it stickered up with all the logos that we wanted. We've got insurance, it's kind of important. We've got breakdown cover, it's even more important. We've got a tent, we've got tyres, which are very important. Sleeping bags, clean the car. We've got the new energy collector stickers on, which are even more important. Walkie-talkies, we don't know if everybody's got CVs. We sent off the form to the DVLA, so the car is officially Dave Spice's, so I don't get the blame. It's got maps. Quite frankly, you can stick your sat nav up here. We've got a comprehensive toolkit, and last and most important of all, bank information. Branding the fridge.
We drove down to Brighton for the launch party. We went into the club for a driver's briefing.
Do not take unnecessary risks. No speeding and no showboating. We don't want you to draw any attention or undue attention to the event. Might jeopardise what we're doing in the future.
And after that, everyone drove down to Dover to get onto the ferry to take us over to France.
When we got on the ferry, we were given our own dedicated lane.
We're lost. Where do we go?
So we all parked up line astern, and after we got off the ferry, we made our way to a supermarket car park where the start line was. Day one, Calais to Le Mans. I'm really looking forward to this one.
You just got to get there under your own steam and finding your own way there with maps, or as some people had, sat navs as well. You're timed by on arrival at the destination by buying a receipt that you buy anything, and then you get the receipt, and the time on the receipt is your checkpoint time. And we bought a couple of chocolate donuts or something, and that was it. That was the first day.
Also just been joined by two celebrity guests.
I'm Nikki Lee and this is Eva.
Hello.
The second day of the rally, we decided to drive in convoy with several other cars because it was just more fun that way. We drove in convoy with a team called the Outlaws, which are driving a BMW, and the Fast Car team, which were driving a Mark 1 MR2. It was much better driving in convoy, I think, because you actually get to see other people, you can overtake each other and have a bit of a laugh on the auto routes, things like that. The MR2 had major engine trouble because they kept losing their coolant, and we kept having to stop and allow them to sort of put more water into their engine and sort of like tweak about with it and things like that. But it's still a good laugh, just driving around with them and just the whole camaraderie of it, if you know what I mean.
Eventually, we made it to Clermont-Ferrand. We were following the fast car team because they had sat-nav, but in the end we got to the supermarket 10 minutes before they did. Not sure how that happened. The Outlaws were with us, but they were suffering from major problems at the moment.
At the supermarket, they were complaining that they were having transmission problems. When we actually went to drive to the campsite for the second campsite, they actually said to us on the radio they couldn't get out of first gear.
Are you guys saying that you can't actually get out of first?
It's more than amusing because we had to go even slower than that whilst we were toning because their gearbox actually couldn't get it out first, so we had to sort of like, you know, fight the torque of their gearbox. So yeah, that was quite exciting.
Well, unless you were French.
Yeah. People just sort of zooming past us and beeping their horns and probably, you know, shouting all kinds of French profanities at us. But yeah, it was quite interesting. Yeah, we caused a massive tailback as well. We got Nikki to film it out the back of the car, and just as we were pulling onto the auto route, there was a huge tailback of about 40 odd cars, and as soon as we actually got away from the auto route, they all went right past us. It was really bad.
Eventually we got to know the Team Fast Car a little bit better. Two guys in there, a guy called Jamie and a guy called Turkish, who was Dutch. Turkish seemed to like running over our car and
Sitting on it.
yeah, and sitting on it, and
He bent our spoiler.
yeah, he bent our spoiler back.
We're going to bill him for that. he had that weird megaphone thing, didn't he?
Mm-hmm.
I like the olives. They make me happy.
On day 3 we did quite a lot of we did a really hard drive on day 3 because we actually we decided that we were going to have one day of really going hard for it, and it was Clermont-Ferrand to Epernay, wasn't it? And we a lot of people went actually on the auto route, sort of like they would have taken them more into Paris and then back out again, whereas we went cross country across all the back roads, which were more or less empty.
Everybody was going slower than us for some reason.
Yeah, and in the morning when we went to leave for the final leg of the rally, which was into was it Mons, which is just outside Brussels in Belgium, so we were actually still in France, had to cross the border into Belgium. We went back to that fast food restaurant and found that they had had a gas explosion during the night.
I think we're having problems. Take a look at this. The McDonald's that we went to yesterday just couldn't handle the Scumball turning up.
Mercedes that we found on the side of the road, which of course we stopped for, but it was soon clear that we couldn't help at all when he started up his engine.
Oh my word. Nah, it sounds like a bucket of mayo. Yeah, on the 4th day, because we had to stop and help this Mercedes, Rhod started getting a bit worried that we were actually going to not get back in time for the ferry. Rhod was in a bit of a flap.
It didn't help that for the past couple of days I hadn't slept properly. Dave did a good job of calming me down.
Yeah, I just told him to shut up, really.
And drive the car.
Yeah.
Eventually we got back to the hypermarket and most of the field was there. They'd actually beaten us to it, but we were still in time for the closing ceremony when the Holy Rollers turned out to have won it.
Yeah, there's a nice little ceremony where they presented the actual the trophy. A very prestigious looking alloy wheel made by one of the sponsors, and the team that won it was the Holy Rollers, so they won that. There were several other prizes as well, which was the best dressed scum, which went to, who did that go to?
It went to Team Chevette.
Team Chevette, yeah, they had a really nice old Vauxhall, what was it?
Chevette.
Okay. And there was also the hardest driver, which went to the guy in the Mondeo, who did. His car was quick. Honestly, no one could catch that.
Next year, I'll catch him.
Yeah. So after that, we all just basically got back on the ferry, getting back to England, and that was it. Everybody sort of drifted off into England and back into where they came from.
The Scumball Rally is like other European road rallies, except that it's all for charity. You have to donate as much money as you can, as well as running the race. In the end, we sold the car on eBay and donated all the proceeds from that sale to the Sussex Snowdrop Trust, who were the main sponsor for the rally.
The Snowdrop Trust are a charity based in Sussex who help children with terminally ill diseases or life-threatening illnesses.